Little Pickle. Yes, guys. Little Pickle. Big Pickle. Little Pickle. Big Pickle. Little Pickle, Big Pickle, Pickle Rick. Little Pickle, Big Pickle, Pickle Rick. Little Pickle, Pickle Rick. Let's go.
Let's go!
Yes, guys.
Hey guys, Big Pickle back with you here with another retro rip, and today we're going to be going way back to one of the oldest items we have ever opened, and to a set that's near and dear to Big Pickle's heart. While this is not the exact same one, this is similar to one of the first boxes I ever opened. So actually it was 87, 88 League Leaders was the first box I ever opened. What I managed to get my hands on was a box of 86, 87 Hockey Leaders featuring the League Leaders 42 card set. There's actually 48 packs in this box, so it's a small set, 42 cards as I think I mentioned, but so we probably won't need to do the whole box, but I'm definitely going to have some fun. We're going to get into the first, let's call it 8 packs today, and see where we go from there. So why don't I cut this open, pull out some packs, and we'll go from there. And we're back. We've got our packs out, and I know from the listing before I bought these, and I guess I should have started with a shout out for whatever it's worth to Mirage Trading, who was the one that actually had some of these boxes still. Now, I'm not 100% sure whether there's any repackaging involved, but they did warn me in advance that there was a little bit of experience to these. These have a cellophane pack on them, and so I'm guessing that it's over time it's starting to break down a bit, and that explains why we have a little bit of experience, as you call it, on some of these packs. As you'll kind of see, the corners are starting to have worn away a bit. So I knew about that in advance, so not going to complain about that too much. So we're going to open these, because ultimately at the end of the day, these aren't going to be worth too much money regardless. So this is more about the fun of being able to open some 80s hockey cards, some quote fresh packs all over again. Look at this. Yeah, these packs come apart pretty easily after these came out in 87, so 35 years. Oh, bam, right off the hop, some serious star power. And this set is going to be nothing but star power, because, well, that's not totally true. It's going to be mostly star power because we're talking about League Leaders. So you have Patrick Waugh, I don't know, amongst the League Leaders actually, because this says second in goals against average. Mark Messier, who was third in assists, third in points, second in playoff points. Joey Mullen, winner of the Lady Byng. Paul Coffey, who's tied for 5th in defensive points. Surprising that he would be even that far down back then, playing for those Oilers. And Thomas Sandstrom, 2nd in hat tricks. So a lot of categories, I guess, that get covered across all of the games. And as you can kind of see, it looks like, for the most part, I think the crinkle was in the top corner there. So it looks like the cards have been mostly unaffected by the fact that the packaging, so we can double check the bottom corner there, the packaging has come apart, but seems like the cards for the most part still intact, because it's really just the packaging breaking down. And oh, look at that, bam, right off the hop again. So you'll see the bottom corner looks pretty good for the most part. Mario Lemieux, Dino Cizzarelli, Doug Jarvis, who was a one-time Ironman, Mike Liut, one-time Team Canada goal even, Yari Curry, and you'll see first team NHL All-Star, 2nd in points, 3rd in goals, 54 goals, 54 assists. Heck of a year there, and no surprise that he was a Hall of Famer. Star power. All right, on to pack number 3. Doug Jarvis again, Mike Liut again, Yari Curry again. There we go. But we get a new one in Brian Trottier and Brian Prop. 2 Brians, 2 spellings right there. So Brian Prop, 2nd in playoff points. Brian Trottier, 4th in assists. Those Islanders, as they were, or well, yeah, just the one was an Islander, but Islanders just a few years removed from their 4 cups in a row. So that's Brian Trottier, certainly one of the centerpieces there that helped them along the way. Phil Housley, one-time Maple Leaf, very briefly. Al McInnes, one of the hardest shots in the history of the game. 3rd in defensive points in the 86-87 season. Lucky Luc Robitaille. Oh, backwards, man. That was surprising. Glenn Anderson, Mr. Mustache, right there. One of the all-time playoff goal-scoring leaders. 4th in playoff points in 86-87 when the Edmonton Oilers, of course, beat the Philadelphia Flyers in 7 games to win the Stanley Cup. Jimmy Carson. I think that was actually the 86-87 was probably the first Stanley Cup Finals that Big Pickle watched. He was a little bit late to the game in terms of starting watching, because I think I probably may have watched a little bit before that, but I think that was the first time I kind of watched right to the very end. Oh, speaking of, well, playoff success, the killer himself, obviously a Toronto legend as well, Doug Gilmour. Dave Poulin. There we go, checklist. 42 cards, including the checklist, so you get 41 league leaders across the entire set. Glenn Hanlon and Sean Burr, who in the 80s was a bit of a thorn in the side of the Toronto Maple Leafs, but lots of players were, because the Leafs were not too successful back then. And that was more so in the regular season, and obviously we're still waiting for that playoff success with this very talented bunch, but hopefully that's coming this year. Brad McCrimmon, rest in peace, my friend. Petri Skirko. For some reason, I always thought it was Striko, but Mark Howe, son of Gordy. Larry Murphy, Toronto whipping boy at one time. Craig Muni, who of course is, for some reason, the poster boy of the box. Go figure that, as it's obviously a lot of players that could have picked behind him, but hey, being tied for 2nd in defensive plus minus, apparently that got Craig Muni the nod for being the poster boy ahead of Mario and Wayne and various other super duper stars. There we go. Patrick Waugh, a year removed from his Stanley Cup heroics. Mark Messier, looks like it's a similar pack. Joe Mullen to the first pack. And interesting. I guess I can't write OPC about the fact that I got 4 cards in this pack somehow. Alright. That is interesting. Yes, 35 years later. I don't think OPC's going to listen to complaints. I don't know from looking at these if there's any chance that these types of packs could be resealed. I would think not. Like, I mean, I understand with the damage that was done to them. There's reason to wonder. Al McInnes again. Lucky Luc Robitaille again. Glenn Anderson. Jimmy Carson. And second pack in a row with 4 cards. Very suspect. A little disappointing, but we got to see a lot of superstars today, friends. So we're not going to complain too much. Got a pretty good deal on this box anyways. And hopefully everyone had fun. I think we're probably going to do at least one more part. We haven't gotten through the entire set yet. Obviously, we still got a lot of duplicates in the one round. But nonetheless, room for lots more star power. So hopefully you'll come with us again. Hopefully you enjoyed this version. And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
pickle. Yes, guys. Little pickle. Big pickle. Little pickle. Big pickle. Little pickle, big pickle, pickle Rick. Little pickle, big pickle, pickle Rick. Little pickle, pickle Rick.